Warning. The following is intended for mature audiences. It includes references to the use of illicit substances as well as crude humor. Listener discretion is advised.
Wonder Woman!
Wonder Woman!
Wonder Woman!
Great, Hera! You crazy Warlocks, I'm Zachnanimus.
And I'm Jeremy.
And today we are going to be talking a little bit about something that happened in the DC universe. Well, it didn't really happen in the DC universe. It was more that Greg Rucka, the guy who is spearheading Wonder Woman Unlimited Justice League for All. No, Wonder Woman Rebirth.
Yeah.
He came out and said what turned out to be some controversial things about Wonder Woman. Of course, I say that thinking, oh, comments like this shouldn't be controversial, but it's the kind of thing that you know is going to be controversial the second you say it. And of course, this is a quote, okay? I'm not trying to disparage anybody, although I personally am not comfortable with saying it because I grew up with it being kind of a dirty word, but that's okay. Wonder Woman is now officially queer. It's one of those words that, like, you know, I guess, yeah, it used to be a dirty word. But, yeah now a lot of people self-identify.
Oh, you know, I remember playing sports when I was younger, and there was a popular game called Smear the Queer.
Yeah.
That the coach referred to it as, but you know, it was the 80s. It was a different time.
But now, people self-identify. It is a term that is used to empower many fine people. And the net result for the disenfranchised is that she is bi. She's bi. You can say that. Mm-hmm. It may be different. I don't know. But you know what? If I'm wrong, is that big a deal? I don't know. Anyway, so Jeremy, now that we live post-Queergate, where are you on the issue?
Yeah, you know, it's kind of like, I don't think that Wonder Woman's sexual orientation is going to change anything really. Well, no. It may change a few dynamics, but for me as a lover of comic books, it's not going to change, you know, what the Golden Lasso can do. It's not going to change how hard she can punch, you know, or anything like that. So it's, you know, it's kind of a non-issue for me, I would say.
Yeah, I would think that they'd, like, if it becomes a particular, like, plot issue in the comic books where, like, every time she goes to punch a lady, she's like, ooh, that'd be, like, distasteful, you know?
Yeah.
At the end, these are comic books about superheroes. It's about punching people,
right,
or solving a mystery,
right,
or overcoming a great fear. Right. And, I mean, fear rhymes with queer. I'm not going to go there.
I would say that the biggest takeaway from me is that, you know, if we feel the need to start incorporating a character's sexual orientation, mm-hmm, you know, as just something, you know, that identifies them as a character in comic books, maybe it's time to move past some certain characters. You know, it's like, you know, we've been talking about, or not we have been talking about, but, you know, we've had a history of Batman, you know, Wonder Woman, Superman. I mean, and some of these things have gone on for, you know, 60 plus years.
Yes.
You know, so maybe it's just time to start some new characters.
But even then, if we go that route, I feel like it's still not terribly warranted. Don't get me wrong. I think diversity in comic books is fantastic. There are lots of gay characters in comic books already that I love. But them being gay doesn't change much, you know? The sexuality of a comic book character doesn't change much, you know? Because if we went into a new character and said, okay, how does we'll make a new gay superhero, and how does a gay person fight crime? Well, they fight crime like everybody else, you know?
Yeah, you know, punch bad guys, you know, get the thing that they took, and then everybody goes home and they're happy.
Now, by the same token is that people do love to look at characters and say, okay, that person is like me. You know, they are a champion and an icon of something that I can relate to. So individuals of the queer population would be able to say, okay, now Wonder Woman can champion for me. And that's fine too, and that's why I kind of think of it as a total non-issue. It is one detail.
It's a bit of a non-issue, but you know, I'm still coming from the mindset that, you know, if you do want to make gay characters, great, mm-hmm, make gay characters, you know, but in Wonder Woman's particular case, it would kind of make sense.
Exactly.
Themyscira is populated by all females.
She's an immortal and lived there for thousands of years.
Right, and their only male interactions have been negative ones.
Is it Ares, the god of war?
Yeah.
Who, they're the reason that they're on Themyscira and are immortals, because Ares' war killed all the men.
Yep. Yeah. So, I mean, if she's a product of that type of environment, it would make her sexual orientation would make sense. I would say that it's logical.
It is very much so. And that was what Greg Rucka was saying, was because they've been talking about this for Wonder Woman. She was on that island for a while, and is she and Greg Rucka, not beating around the bush, shouldn't say bush. Not beating around the topic, simply said, yes, obviously,
Yeah, I just, kind of to go back to what I was saying earlier, these characters have been around for so long, and every time that there needs to be something to draw people into them. So if you take Clark, for instance, every new iteration of Superman that we see, he becomes exponentially more powerful than he was.
In the modern canon, yes.
Right.
We'll say that.
Is Superman, I mean, he started out, you could shoot him and it wouldn't do nothing. And he could jump over a building, and that was cool. And he could pick up a car. And now,
he could punch World War II right in the face.
Yeah.
The whole concept.
Yeah. But now he's just so ridiculously strong, because every time there's a new iteration of him, or every time DC hits the reboot button, we gotta bring people back to the Superman story.
Right.
And so when you just start throwing these things on top of characters that we've been exposed to for so long, after a while, it's like, I have a bit of reboot fatigue.
I don't know much about Wonder Woman Rebirth. I haven't been reading it. I've been busy with Superwoman, which, by the way, if they're going to go ahead and say that she can pursue a lesbian relationship, I say Lana Lang. Why not? She was with the Superman. Why not now with the Superwoman?
I don't know. Only time will tell.
She got the S on her chest, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a thing.
For sexy.
Thank you. On that note, we're definitely going to say goodbye, everybody. Hey, Johnny, did you hear that Warlocks Entertainment System is the most extreme YouTube outlet of all time? Whoa!